Well, good morning or good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jenna Carpenter. Hello. So I think some of us can see us if you've enabled your camera for us today. Thank you so much for joining our first breakout session this morning or afternoon, again, across time zones. We do have quite a wonderful turnout here of customers and prospects. Just want to give a shout out to some customers, Lafredo, Grig, Mento, OK Produce. I see a couple of you on the line today, so thank you so much for taking time out of your day to learn a little bit about Visual Internet, our e-commerce solution, and our online ordering platform that is fully integrated with Visual Produce. So today we're going to start off in talking about the latest version of our Visual Internet solution. The latest application runs with Visual Studios, things that are greater than 2012, 2016, things like that. Our main niche, our portfolio, our customer portfolio, for those of you that are not familiar, we have about 60% of our customers are distributors across the United States, Mexico, and Canada. We also have a large group collection of growers, brokers, processors, packers, and shippers. So we've been in the produce industry since the early 90s. And my name is Jenna Carpenter again, Chief Business Development Officer here at Silver Creek Software. So just some statistics. Why invest in online ordering? Well, as you just might, if you just heard the opening assembly here from one of our customers, Baldor, Michael Music just talked about how important having an online ordering solution is. And they, in particular, right, how important it was to be able to maneuver that online ordering solution away from B2B, from business to business, to direct to consumer, especially at this difficult time. During the Corona pandemic. So at the time of pre-Corona, right, some of this data is pre-Corona. I know that these numbers have definitely spiked, but pre-Corona, 56% of chefs, schools, so that's people in the cafeterias, ordering personnel, and retail chains prefer some kind of an online ordering method. That's with an e-commerce solution like you'll see today, Visual Internet. Larger retail partners or food distribution partners will also utilize a process called EDI, electronic data interchange, or some kind of a mobile application, a mobile online ordering application, whether it's through the Google Play Store or through your your iTunes store. We will be diving in more to our mobile applications on Wednesday. So if you do have time, same time, 11 a.m. Mountain Time, 1 p.m. Pacific. If you have time to dive in, please join us then. And I do have a couple more participants, so give me one more moment here to let them in. We have a couple more members of OK Produce. Hello, OK Produce, welcome. Joining us for our session. So let me get this started back. So again, why invest? You know, it's especially also right now in Corona times, these numbers have just skyrocketed. You know, you're not able to, you know, you still are able to call, you know, obviously companies and distributors and potentially in some cases the growers directly and have the product delivered fresh to you. But some kind of an online ordering solution is the preferred method today, especially in the Corona economy. Top item statistics. So what allows you, if you have some kind of a web interface or if you have some kind of an online ordering platform, there's a lot of data that you're able to capture from having a web interface. One of those is you're able to link that data with a business intelligence solution. So something like Tableau, Microsoft BI. Tomorrow we will be deep diving into our Tableau, our fully integrated business intelligence solution. So please join us again, same time, 11 a.m. tomorrow morning Mountain, 1 p.m. Pacific. And with these business intelligence tools, you can see things like tops items purchased, things like buying trends, what items were most viewed the frequently from your customers, what items did they potentially hover over. So since it is an online ordering or an online solution, you can also plug in, if you're doing some kind of SEO or any kind of adaptability or trending with different search engine optimization with Google, you can tap these online resources into these online portals in order to see, did a customer kind of hover over what specific items? Maybe they didn't order those specific items, but maybe they were interested in that specific item so that you can hit them up later with a suggestion. Something like, hey, other customers ordered this, and at the same time, would you maybe like to add this to your shopping cart? those kind of upselling suggestions are also all really important keys to have within an e-commerce online solution. Other really important aspects are to be able to, if you want to share the inventory levels or your inventory levels with your customers. Now, some of our customers have opted to do this, others have not. And so if you are in the portal today, I would love to, if you want to ask questions, raise your hand, talk to the larger group. Again, I did mention we have quite a few customers, both distributors and growers and brokers on the line this morning. So ask each other, right? Is inventory sharing, is this a common practice right now? Are you comfortable inventory sharing? We also have within the latest version, and okay, Curtis, we're going to want to make sure that this rolls out, that you can opt, if you've got you have a column all the way into the right-hand side that'll basically show your customer a little warning to inform them that you have potentially a lower level of volume right now, but you'll still get it to them. So just informing them it might not be on today's order, but we'll definitely have it in the next availability when we've got the inventory in rotation again. And then it also informs, our last point here, an alert to your sales team or to your buyers to inform them that they have a product ready that's been either sold to the customer that you need to procure, or it's some kind of a special order item, or it's some kind of an item that's got a low inventory stock, so that they can make sure to get on and purchase that product and be in touch with that customer in order to let them know when it's ready in rotation again. So just some key points here on why investing in e-commerce is so incredibly important today, and also why it's incredibly important to allow your customers to pay online for that. For their product, because then, as we also heard from Michael Music earlier this morning, cash is directly then in your pocket when the order is placed or when the order is shipped. Some teams prefer to actually charge the credit card upon shipping rather than order placement. Just depends on what your team is comfortable with. If at any point you have any questions, feel free to chat or raise your hand. Happy to answer any questions. Unmute yourself. Just be part of the dialogue. Would also love to hear about your. Would love to hear some suggestions or things that you're seeing in other online ordering platforms that we could implement into our solution. Always open to those ideas and suggestions. So as we dive in right now, you should see the visual internet. This is the mainframe. This is just a demo portal that we have for us today. So the coloring scheme and some of the font selections and things like that can be tailored to match the look and feel of your online ordering solution or of your website if you have a website. So you go ahead and log in. You can select the delivery date, and the delivery date can also be changed by your team to be able to say, do we want to be able to actually allow them to order on Sundays? Do we want them to be able to allow them to order on Fridays? Things like that. So the first thing you'll see here up at the top, you have a lot of different, any kind of way that you would be able to group your inventory items. You can group that at the top here to be able to, just a quick way for your customer to kind of log in to see the herbs, to see dried selection, to see organic versus conventional. We do have a search field here, just allow you to kind of type in pine and then go search for the pineapple or any kind of little search criteria that you want to do here. So we'll go ahead and order some apples. You can also see that breakers are part of the mainframe because that's incredibly important. So what this allows you to do is it allows your customers to just hover over each breaker, and you'll see they will then see a different price for that different unit. So if they have a 10 pounds, that's going to be, whatever the different price is for those different units. That will then adjust. So then you can simply just in the right-hand column here, simply add the quantity that you're wanting to order, and just by pressing the Enter key or the page or the tab down key, that will then fill in the quantity that we're ordering here. You can also see we have a little ad section. That's if this is kind of a promotional item. And then for our customers that have pictures, which either you're taking or you've got some kind of a stock image, those pictures will then portal in directly so that the customer can see the pictures of the product that you're selling in this frame, whichever the unit of measure might be. So one thing I do wish to say is a new one initiative that we are working internally is to make pictures more kind of the base or that driving force instead of more this kind of grid approach. We're still a bit out on that, but that is something that we are looking at that is something that we are looking to implement within a future versions of the program. So we'll go ahead and down here at the shopping cart, you can see how many you've ordered. You can see your total value that you've ordered, and then feel free to just add to shopping cart. So once we've added this, this gives you your nice summarized selection of what has been added. You can simply remove items from this selection by clicking this little X here. You can add notes, item notes, and entire order notes. If the customer does have their own purchase order number, they can then enter their customer PO here. And this is an alphanumeric field, so you can do alphanumeric or numeric, whichever you need. You can also have specific notes to your customers proceed up in here in this portal if you want to inform them of different selections. And again, we also have that option that shows you if you want to ensure inventory or want to show inventory to your customers at this time. You would be able to see, they would be able to see the inventory value, whether you're on par, and upon placing the order, they should be able to deliver the product. You should be able to deliver the product because you've got it in stock, or if it's going to just be a couple days out. And you can also provide lead times in the program if you want to show them we're about 72 hours out, 42 hours, or 12 hours next day delivery, whatever those different specific lead times are. So once you're ready you've got all of your product in here. Again, you can go back to the shopping cart, or you can go back to the item selection if you need to add more items to your order at this time. But we'll go ahead and submit that order. And upon submitting the order, again, since it is a fully integrated solution with the ERP, the customer will automatically receive their sales order. So now what the really nice feature is, if you have an integrated solution with our mobile delivery tracker or some kind of a delivery tracker application, up here in the right-hand corner, you see these different apps. Well, you also see this order tracker application. So with this order number 1980, if you have the mobile delivery tracker solution and your drivers are utilizing the mobile delivery tracker application, they can simply click on this order tracker to see where their product is in rotation. It appears like kind of like an Uber style, or when we were using Uber or Lyft, it appears that, and that kind of like a little truck kind of appears to show where that product is in rotation. And now there is a feature, if you don't want to show, it'll only show when the product is actually active for that order, for that customer. So they won't be able to see, let's say that they've got a competitor right across the street or something like that. You don't want them to see that. They won't see when it's, they'll see when the truck is actually activated to their specific order. So in this case, for this example, order number 1980.
Quick question while we're waiting for everyone.
Yes, Luke.
Is this customizable at all, like in terms of like colors or like the logo at all, or is it just like?
Oh yes, definitely. Nope, we can make the look and the feel look and match the colors of your website, or even kind of little fonts. And definitely, it won't have our logo; it'll have your logo. So.
Got it. Okay, cool. Yeah. No, I was just wondering. So thank you.
No, yep, love it. It's going to be fully integrated with your look and feel, and then fully integrated with your program. So now that you're on the SQL backend, woohoo! Yeah. That'll allow us to utilize some of the newer technology online.
Cool. Thank you.
Of course. So I think we've got, I'll look for here, participants are coming back in, so that's fantastic. So then we do have, so we were just talking about the integration with the delivery tracker. So again, when this order has been placed, your order number 1980, your customer is then able to see where their delivery is en route through the mobile delivery tracker. So right now that mobile delivery tracker is within, the mobile delivery tracker is within an Android. Typically because, drivers kind of drop things, and, iPads are a little bit more expensive to replace than Android. So you are able to run it on any kind of an Android device, and then that launches through the Google Play Store. So the drivers there, the IT team can just get that really easily set up through the Google Play Store. So once they have that, so other options up here in the right-hand corner for us to utilize are our custom menu. So this is where if you have a customer that is not a contract customer, right? So this is a very important distinguishment. So if you have a customer that's not a contract customer, like as in a school or some kind of a governance institution, like a prison or something like that, where you have a specific, very strict government contract with them, that you can't, you have to sell them specific items and you have to sell them at a specific price, right? So if you allow your customers to kind of create their own menus or create their own pricing, you can do that specifically through this custom menu feature here, the second option in the app selection. Now, this third option is the really, really nice tool right now, which allows your customers to be able to pay their invoices online. So we're just going to walk through how easy this feature is. This feature does run with credit cards, but it also runs with debit cards and what they call ACH transfers, which is basically a direct link to their bank account. So kind of like a Venmo or some kind of a situation where they're going to transfer money directly from their checking account, or some kind of an account that they would have like that. So we'll wait for the pay invoices feature here to load. And then so they can also manage their payment methods. So in this third option in the bottom, this is where they're going to manage their credit card numbers. This is where they're going to manage their credit card expiration dates if they do have a no credit card expiration date, or they do have a new credit card that they wish to utilize. So customers right now, they can pay for their invoices online. Again, important invoices. So they can pay for the product once it has been shipped. So the way they'll do that is they'll see all of their open invoices here once they select the pay invoices selection through the portal. We'll go ahead and they can select one, they can select all, they can select multiple or however many invoices that they want to select. They can then select the credit cards that they wish to actually charge or pay for this product with. Oh, I do believe there was someone chatting. Let's see. Well, we'll get to the questions. If you do have a question, again, feel free to chat or simply unmute yourself, and then we can get to your question. Once you have selected the credit card, you can review the payment. So of all the invoices you've selected, any kind of fees that you have associated. So if you are in a city or if you are in a state that does allow for credit card surcharges, you are allowed to put those credit card surcharges into this online application portal and then break out those fees so you can see the difference, and then submit payment. So once they submit payment, this is a secure online portal. So what that means is the ERP interfaces with an API. So the current one we use right now with authorize.net. For some of our other customers, we've used Moneris in the past, or there's a couple of different payment processing portals that we've utilized. And they're the ones that keep the credit card information secure for you. So what that means is you don't have to upload this information in your ERP, because that sort of puts you and your company at risk of having secure customer credit card information in your ERP. So you partner, or we partner with these outside processing companies that have to go through rigorous security portals in order to confirm and ensure that the credit card information that they have is protected. And so you are what the pay invoices transaction tool is doing right now is actually going out to these third-party APIs and transferring a secure data key between your ERP to the secure payment portals. So if you want to learn any more about that, feel free to just send us an email, or just unmute yourself right now and ask any questions if you do have questions regarding how the paying of invoices online works. So other options, then they can again manage their payment methods. That's where they can update their debit cards, their credit cards, and if they want to be charging via ACH payments, if you want them to have your customers that ability, it can then deduct directly from a credit or a checking account. I believe it's just a checking account. It might be a savings, but those kind of ACH portals, their ACH payment processing with your customer is an option. In our second reports dropdown, this is where your customers can see and print their current open orders. So if it's actually not yet out on delivery, they can't see it on the mobile delivery truck, this is where they can come in and see the open orders that they currently have that have not yet shipped. So they can come in and print these, they can export them, they can export to PDF, they can export to Excel, they can export to Word. Any of these options are completely available and directly from their report selection. You can also, they can print their customer statement to see all of their outstanding invoices that they currently have. They can print all of their open invoices, their price guides. The price guide's nice because they can just, we also have customers that have filled out this price guide online. So if you would like that, more information about that as well, they can kind of, they get their pricing here and then they just submit directly everything through the portal. So it's a nice, easy solution, as well as velocity reports. So here they can see order quantities, how many products they typically order, how many products they've ordered within the last week, within the last month, and their top purchased items from you. But again, keep in mind that your data, you're also capturing this data to put into, so that you can be capturing and analyzing the order data that your customer is placing from you. So you can know, okay, what are customers traditionally placing? Now, if you are an administrator, you're also able to make some different changes to the portal. So you're able to change the banner. So the banner is kind of that little like marquee at the front. I think it's on the shopping cart, or it's one of that first login screens where that kind of runs across, it's like a little ticker, it runs across the top of the online portal. So you can change that information. You can change delivery date information. You can change look and feel information of the online portal if you are an administrator of the online portal. And every single one of our clients does get an admin profile. So if you don't know that, if you do have one of the latest versions here of Visual Internet, just let us know. We can get you that information. And so then for the user, they can see at this point, they can see their profile, they can see their delivery dates, they can see their setup payment terms. And then at this point, once they've placed an order, those orders go directly into your ERP. So if you have them coming in as live orders, they're ready to ship, they're ready to go. Or you can have them come in as bids, bids being they need to be converted and overlooked first by someone on the team before they're then processed as a live order that's ready to ship. So either one can be set up directly to link from Visual Internet. So again, as we mentioned, this portal is mobile friendly. You can run this on a tablet, you can run this on an iPhone, you can run this on an Android, you can also run this on a normal desktop. So just any kind of a workstation or laptop that you have, the portal can be utilized there. So that is our presentation of Visual Internet. So I know we've got you have I think about an hour and a half more today in the United Fresh Expo, if you are participating in the expo, to go look at, some of your other, if you have your own exhibitor profile, or to go look at other, what other people are doing right now. I really appreciate all of you taking the time to sit with us and learn with us today. If anyone has any questions, feel free to, again, just shoot us an email or click us right here. And we can't wait to see you then tomorrow, same time, 11 a.m., where we will have an in-depth guide to, I think we have someone unmuted. Is there a question someone has?
No.
No? Okay. I think Luke asked his questions earlier. So so tomorrow we can't wait to have you back here as we discuss Visual Produce Analytics, which is our business intelligence solution. And that will be presented by our COO, Peter Provon. So thank you so much. We will have these recordings of the session today that I'll happily share with all of our attendees. Again, thank you, Mento. Hi, Lafredo. Hi, OKP. Hi, Greg. Hi, Baldor. Thank you all for attending today. We can't wait to see you throughout the trade show. And thank you so much for attending.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Very good.
Bye. Thank you, Gail.